Have you ever wondered what lurks in the shadows of isolated tribes, those untouched by the modern world? In a realm where science and the unknown intersect, what we know about these cultures remains shrouded in mystery and fear. The stories of tribes like the Karubo, Mashkopiro, and Sentinelese reveal more than mere resistance. They open a window into a world where fear and the unknown are as tangible as the natural world itself. In this universe of scientific terror, encounters with these groups are not just exotic interactions, but ventures into territories where our scientific understanding is pushed to its limits. Prepare to dive into an enigma that challenges logic and reminds us that there are depths that science often cannot illuminate. The Karubo tribe in Brazil's Amazon basin. In the vast and uncharted Amazon basin of Brazil, the Karubo tribe remains a terrifying enigma for researchers. Known for their fierce nature and the use of clubs and poison darts, the Karubo have violently resisted contact since their discovery in 1972. The atmosphere of fear surrounding this tribe is palpable. Any attempt at approach is met with primitive aggression, suggesting a deep-seated fear of outsiders. The scientific terror here is not just in the difficulty of approaching them, but in the very idea that such an isolated culture might possess knowledge about the forest and its shadows that science has yet to understand. The Karubo, as one of about 70 uncontacted tribes in the region, live in a parallel reality to the modern world. The laws prohibiting contact with these tribes are not mere bureaucratic regulations. They are a desperate attempt to prevent deadly diseases from bringing chaos and destruction to their intact societies. This scenario creates an almost mythical sense of terror, where the unknown is not just a cultural barrier, but a potential vector of scientific horror, a direct experience with the unknown that may challenge the natural laws we believe we know. The Karubo's refusal to connect with the outside world generates an aura of mystery and fear that extends beyond mere resistance. Imagine the possibility of practices and beliefs that might seem entirely alien and disturbing to us. Stories of violent encounters and the fatal consequences of any approach lead us to question what secrets might truly lie beneath the canopy of the Amazon rainforest. What dark secrets might these tribes hold, and what would be the consequences of any attempt to uncover them? Tourism and contact with the Mashkopiro tribe. In 2011, curiosity and the desire to capture the unknown led a tourist to record rare footage of the Mashkopiro tribe in Peru. This was one of the closest glimpses of an uncontacted group, a fleeting view that revealed the true scientific terror such encounters can provoke. The images, which initially seemed fascinating, quickly turned into a nightmare when it became clear that any attempt at direct contact was not only reckless, but potentially deadly. The fear surrounding these interactions is a mix of respect and terror, a reminder that human curiosity can have devastating consequences. The Peruvian government, recognizing the potential for a public health disaster, implemented a strict ban on contact with the Mashkopiro. The accidental interaction demonstrated how vulnerable these tribes are to external diseases that could decimate them. This incident is a classic example of scientific terror in action. Science tells us that diseases can be lethal to isolated societies, but the horrifying truth is that attempting to understand or connect with these cultures involves playing with forces we barely comprehend. The captured footage, though striking, could not hide the tragic reality that any effort to establish contact might lead to irreversible consequences. The mystery surrounding uncontacted tribes like the Mashkopiro leaves an unsettling feeling that we are on the edge of an abyss, where the unknown can be not only fascinating but also deadly. What more remains hidden in these unexplored regions, and how far does scientific terror reach when it comes to human interactions with the unknown? The Sentinelese and their resistance on North Sentinel Island. On the remote and isolated North Sentinel Island in the Bay of Bengal, the Sentinelese remain one of the planet's most enigmatic and feared tribes. Their stubborn resistance to visitors is a disturbing mix of rudimentary technology and relentless hostility. Scientific terror becomes evident when considering that any attempt at approach, whether by boat or helicopter, is met with violence. The poisoned arrows that fend off intruders are a grim reminder that the Sentinelese culture not only guards its own mysteries, but also protects a primitive form of terror that defies our modern understanding. The resistance of the Sentinelese is not merely a matter of defense. It is a form of preservation of an identity that has been shaped over centuries. Each attack on vessels and aircraft is not just a reaction, but an assertion that their worldview is immutable and inaccessible. The terror here is amplified by the idea that there are aspects of human nature so fundamental that not even technological advancement can overcome. The violent interactions reveal a disturbing paradox. While science progresses, there are areas where the unknown remains closed and impenetrable. The mystery surrounding the Sentinelese extends beyond their physical resistance to the psychological terror it evokes. The fact that an entire tribe can sustain such a detached existence from modern civilization challenges our notions of progress and exploration. What do the inhabitants of North Sentinel Island know about the world that we do not? And how does scientific terror intertwine with our inability to unravel these secrets? There is more to be discovered, but the cost of such discovery may be more horrifying than we can imagine. The Pintupi and their discovery after nuclear tests. The Pintupi, an Aboriginal group from Australia's Western Desert, remained virtually invisible until the nuclear tests of the 1960s revealed their existence. The accidental discovery of their presence in the desert was a shock to both scientists and military personnel, highlighting how catastrophic events can expose the unknown in unsettling and disturbing ways. The terror scientific here is not just about discovering an undocumented tribe, but about the idea that extreme events like nuclear tests can reveal hidden facets of our world. Despite attempts to integrate and assimilate the Pintupi, a faction known as the Pintupi Nine remained hidden until 1984. This resistance to assimilation and their continued hidden existence add a dark dimension to scientific terror. The notion that there are entire societies that choose to live on the fringes of the modern world. The fact that they managed to evade detection for so long suggests there are knowledge and practices that remain beyond the grasp of contemporary science and technology, deepening the mystery and fear surrounding their lives. The outcome of the Pintupi story is a testament to how the unknown can hide beneath various layers of reality and illusion. The scientific terror here comes not only from the shock of discovering a previously undocumented tribe, but from the unsettling sense that there are regions of the planet where modernity and advancement have no power over what is fundamentally primitive and inexplicable. What else might be hidden in places where science and technology have failed to penetrate? What more lies out there, waiting to be discovered? The Ruk people in Vietnam and their secrets. During the Vietnam War, the Ruk people were discovered amidst the dense and treacherous jungles of the country. This tribe is notable not only for their elusive behavior, but also for their cultural practices involving witchcraft. Scientific terror becomes palpable when considering how the combination of mystery and hidden skills can create a parallel reality of fear. For researchers who have defied their norms, the consequences have often been fatal, revealing the danger of disregarding the traditions and beliefs of such a secretive and enigmatic culture. The agility and deep knowledge of the jungle possessed by the Ruk make them masters of concealment, a talent that becomes even more sinister when considering their witchcraft practices. This practice is not just a belief, but a complex system of rituals that may involve supernatural forces. The combination of survival skills and occult practices raises the question of how much of their practices are mysticism and how much reflects a scientific understanding of the natural world that simply hasn't been recorded or understood by outsiders. The perception that there are cultures maintaining hidden knowledge and dangerous practices suggests a terrifying horizon for scientific study and exploration. The Ruk people, with their mysterious practices and skills, represent a disturbing example of how the unknown can challenge our understanding and control. What more might be hidden in the jungle's shadows and within the depths of cultural beliefs, waiting to be discovered? And what will be the cost of the knowledge we seek about these isolated societies? Understanding what truly lies behind isolated tribes and their mysterious practices is not just an academic exercise, but a journey of self-discovery and confronting our own fears. These cultures, seemingly distant, offer a unique perspective on human nature and the limits of scientific knowledge. As we explore these secrets, we are faced with the reality that the unknown can be deeper and more terrifying than we ever imagined. Now, it's your turn to ask, what is the next step in your journey to unravel these mysteries? Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to continue exploring the limits of knowledge and the horrors that might be hidden in the shadows of our understanding. Don't miss the chance to expand your horizons and confront the mysteries that challenge our view of the world.